Good morning, I'm Preston with Sprattronics Learning Lab in Greenville, South Carolina. And today, we're building a robot that we control by tilting the hub. The hub has a built-in gyroscope, which allows us to know if we're tilting left, right, forward, or backwards. We're going to use this today to build a robot that we kind of remote control by holding the hub in one of our hands. The challenge with today is we have to build using two motors so that we can use our pink movement blocks. We can't attach our hub to the build because we need to be able to hold it and tilt it, and our wires are pretty short, so we don't need a huge build. We want something kind of small but stable. We're going to have to figure out a way to use two motors attached to wheels and then how to keep everything stabilized. Maybe we'll take inspiration from the Arctic rover, the taxi, or the big bus. Maybe even the big little helper can give us some inspiration here. Let's build. For this build, we are going to be using two motors with the large wheels. We're using two motors to make the code as simple as possible. We want to use the pink movement blocks, and you use pink movement blocks whenever you use two motors. We're going to use black pins to connect these motors to our Technic beams. And we want to securely attach our wheels using two black pins as well. You can build this however you want. I'm going for a very simple and straightforward design, just so I can teach you how we use the gyroscope to control it. When I get my two beams parallel, I want to attach a couple big plates onto it to hold everything together. We could use the small white square, but instead I like the shape and the color of these yellow plates. And I've only attached them onto the top. I'm going to go ahead and attach some wheels, or my motors, onto those beams. And we need to secure the bottom. I think it's always great when you can sandwich those beams in between plates. So we'll use a couple of our blue horizontal plates to go across. I don't like leaving big gaps, and so we're going to put a 2x4 brick right in the middle of this blue plate, just so we have more connection points onto that yellow plate that we have. Now, I'm pulling the wires back, and I'm starting to notice that these wires should be hanging off the back. We want to get as much wire as possible hanging off the back so that we can control this using our hub. So I'm going to actually flip these motors around and make it so that the wire hangs off the back. And so I put my pins into those top holes in the motor. My wires are now facing backwards. And these motors are being attached backwards. And we're going to have to account for that while we code. Okay. Now this is a little heavy in the back and light in the front. And so it tilts up at an angle. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to figure out a way to make it so that there is something that can slide on the front. And so we're going to put one of our green round pieces and just a sliding plate on the very front. And this is going to let our robot, as it drives, to easily be able to turn in either direction. If we were to use two more wheels on the front, it would just make turning a little more difficult. Now I've got my brain of the robot. This is the hub. I take out some green pins that were there from a previous build, and now I'm ready to plug this in. So I see that I need to point my ports towards our driving base, and then we can plug it in to ports A and B, keeping those wires as straight as possible. Now when I tilt it forward, backwards, left, or right, we're going to code it so that it follows those inputs. All right, we're ready to code. We start by going to spike.legoeducation.com, and this should take us to the screen where we get to choose Spike Essential or Spike Prime. We'll start by picking Spike Essential, and we're going to go to New Project. I'm going to do this in both word blocks and icon blocks, but let's start with icon blocks just to get everything started and going. First thing we need to do is to connect our hub. So we click Connect, press the button on top one time, press Open, and we're watching to make sure that this light turns solid blue. And it has happened. Now, I like to go into the coding platform and click on my hub, and then it shows me a close-up picture of my hub. And right now it's showing tilt angle. And so what we can do is we can pick this up and we can see that those numbers all start to change. And so as you hold this, if you hold it straight out in front of you, you can try to get it to be all zeros, but you'll see the yaw whenever you rotate this around to the left or to the right, those yaw numbers change. For pitch, if you go backwards or forwards, you see your pitch changes. And then finally, you can tilt this whole thing to the left or to the right, and you'll see those roll numbers change. So this is because this has a gyroscope inside. And that gyroscope is just a little piece of electronics that measures what direction this gyroscope is facing. It's how your phone has a compass inside of it. They didn't put an actual compass inside. They're using the gyroscope to measure where you are at. So we have our hub with a built-in gyroscope, and we're going to use these angles to tell our motors when to drive and how to drive. So I'll press X on there, and I'm going to scroll over, and I see I've got this third button says tilt to the right. And then I can change that and choose what directions. So let's make 4 copies of this by duplicating it. And when I tilt to the right, when I tilt to the left, when I tilt forward, and when I tilt backwards. Now, I'm noticing on this picture, if I tilt this back towards me, technically it's tilting forward because that blue light is supposed to be the front of our hub. But we flipped this around because we wanted to extend out our wires and make sure our wires are able to be as long as possible. So on my screen, I'm going to drop this, switch spots for those. Next, we need to add our movement blocks. We're using pink movement blocks because we are using 2 motors. So over here where it says add extensions, I can click on movement, and now I'm ready to go. And is there a no tilt option? Is that something that we can do? I don't see one. Nope, stationary. So right here in the middle, I'm going to put when hub is stationary. And since we're using icon blocks, I can't change what color the hub light is, but we will add that when we do word blocks. So let's see what happens. Let's tell it when we tilt. Technically it's backwards, but when we're tilting forward, so as I tilt this light towards me, back, it is traveling backwards. So we will scoot this, flip those positions again. We like to troubleshoot, and the best way to learn this stuff and teach it to yourself is to try things out. Next, let's see if when we tilt left, if we can get this to tilt in the left direction. That looks like that worked. Now we'll add one to the right. When I tilt right, it tilts to the right. And then finally, it looks like when we tilt this forward, we need it to drive forward. But we already used the backwards button, or the forward block, so let's use the backwards block. So when we tilt this way, and the reason this is going backwards, we're using icon blocks, so we can't change how the hub is handling these motors. And when you usually build a driving robot, you usually have your ports facing off the back and this blue light facing on the front of your robot. But we flipped that around. And so that's why forward is actually backwards and backwards is actually forward. So let's try it. We tilt forward and our robot drives forward. And you'll keep having to tilt this to make these moves. We can make things smoother by adding some loops in there or some repeats. So right now we have a working robot. We tilt it forward, it drives forward, but it does stop. We'd like it to just continually move forward. So what we can do is put a loop in there. And then the final thing, when the hub is flat, we want it to stop. So let's try this out now. I hold it forward and now it just keeps driving forward. I want to go backwards now. Now the thing with this is, if I tilt really quickly, these directions might fight each other. They don't seem to. And there is our robot. We use the gyroscope to control it. You can change the numbers on those movement blocks to make it move farther or more consistently. So I can change these to maybe 3. Push play. And now it just goes farther and more consistently. If you ever want it to stop, you just need to hold it flat. And then when you change directions, you're ready to go. When you have so many different directions happening, sometimes that gyroscope will act funny, or it'll get confused when you're changing directions rapidly. You could add a stop at the very beginning, so no matter what, it stops all other code blocks before executing which direction you're turning. That might be a better way to have it not glitch so often. So that would be my recommendation. To make this a little more smooth, put a stop block at the beginning. So every time you change directions, it tells all over the motors to stop and only turn one way. Otherwise, you can have 2 code blocks that are fighting one another. One is trying to turn left, one is trying to turn right, and the motors get confused. You can eliminate that problem by throwing some stop blocks in there right at the beginning of your code. This is great for icon blocks. We'll save this by clicking the Save button, and I'm just going to call this Gyro Steer, and I can save it. And so now you're ready. If you ever want to run this program again, you can load it. Let's see how to do this using word blocks. We click New Project, Word Blocks. Our screen looks a little bit different. When the program starts, I want to change the light on the hub. Let's just make that green so I know that I'm in the program. And now we need to go to Events. And under Events, we are going to tell it when tilted. And we're going to get 4 or 5 copies of that. So just like before, we can click on each direction: when left, when right, when forward, when tilted backwards, and then when tilted, click that hub in the top right corner, when not tilted at all. So just like we did with our icon blocks, we need to add our movement motor blocks. So we click More Movement. Actually, we don't even need to do that, because when you do word blocks, you already have your movement blocks. We talked before about how this blue light should be forward and that the ports should be on the back side of your robot. So when we tilt this forward towards the robot, it'll drive forward. Since we're using Spike Essential, we don't have the option to set the movement motors on here. It just knows they're automatically A and B, and we can't flip-flop them. So it does look like we're gonna have to use the start moving forward, start moving backwards, and just test and see if those match up. So here's what I'll do. I'm only gonna tell it to go forward or backwards, and I am gonna tell it when it's set down to stop moving. So let's hit play. My light turned green. I tilt it forward and it starts to move forward. Tilt it backwards and it starts to move backwards. So we are set. Nothing happens right now when I go left or right, and that's because I haven't programmed these. I want to show you how we can use the more movement blocks to make this thing just turn. So when I say left, these 2 variables right here start moving at 50/50 speed. We're going to tell one to go 0% and one to go 50%. And what that's doing is that's saying one motor, don't move at all. The other motor, move at 50% speed. And let's just test and see, did we put the correct motor here? No. All right. I do want this on the right side. But instead of 50% speed, I want to say negative 50% speed, because these motors are attached backwards. So if I tilt right, I want my robot to turn right. So I do this and it starts to turn to the right. And then I can set it down and it stops turning. We can make a duplicate of this or just type it in. When we go the other way, we need the first motor to be negative 50 and the second motor to be 0. And again, the reason we're using a negative number here is because these motors are attached backwards. So we sort of want them to go the opposite direction of what they want to do. So I turn left, and my robot starts to turn to the left. I can tilt forward, and it starts to move forward. I set it down to stop, backwards. If you play around with this, you'll end up running into some problems where it might try turning different ways, although this seems pretty smooth. So you can drive around using your gyroscope. And some fun ways to make sure that you know what it's doing is maybe you add the light at the very beginning. And so maybe we'll do red for when we go backwards. So it's when we need to put red on the other one. And we can flip those because backwards actually moves forward and forward actually moves backwards since these motors and hub are attached in reverse. So we tilt forward, tilt back. But you can choose the lights that make sense to you because maybe red doesn't make sense for when we're moving. Red might make more sense for whenever it's flat. But this is your code now. This is how you can use the gyroscope to control your robot like a remote control car. Thanks for building with me today. Add some more stuff onto this robot. Make it look like a robot that drives around. But try this out and let me know what you make.